Good morning, both Het team. The Message Maestro here. I'm thinking of changing my name to the Story Architect. Do love coming up with new names. Storytelling. So many people ask me where to start. They don't think they've got a story. We all have a story, and finding that story and being able to deliver it appropriately to your audience, your future clients, whoever it may be, is the number one marketing skill you need to really get a handle on. And it's not difficult. They're your stories. They belong to you. They don't belong to anyone else. But the basics of a story are really around having a beginning, a middle, and an end. And it doesn't have to be huge. It can be a little tiny story. It has to have an emotional impact. It needs a heroine or a hero. It needs a villain. It needs a journey. It needs something that happened that is what you want your audience or your future clients to buy into. I today decided to begin a video series of how to tell your story. And I sat down to work out the bits that I was going to put in that story, and my brain went a bit foggy and it got a bit complicated for a while. Then I remembered the principle. I remembered the basic principle of storytelling. And the basic principle of storytelling is to emotionally get you to engage with what I'm saying. Now you understand what it's like when the brain goes completely fogged up and you're not sure which bit of information to give people. Well, there is a formula of sorts. There is a way to pull all that together, and there is a way to tell lots of stories within a story in order to build a relationship with the people that you are talking to. Now, if you think about it as well within stories, we usually only hear one aspect, one heroine or hero's view of a story. The narrator concentrates on this main character who's going to win. They always do. Good old fairy tales, they always win, because the good old fairy tales were tales of learning. They were tales of warning. They were tales of things that had happened. But we live in a world of multimedia now. And within multimedia, we can look at all aspects of a story. Think about Sleeping Beauty. We all know the story of Sleeping Beauty and the witch that wasn't invited to the christening, and the evil spell that was put on her, and fell asleep, 100 years, prince, all the rest of it. We know that. But if you dive deeper into that story, have a think about that. What is that about? Why was the witch not invited? Who is this witch? What's her life like? What happened to the world during that 100 years? What changed? How many new changes would Sleeping Beauty have to see in the new world 100 years later? The prince, where did he come from? How come he was riding around looking for a princess? What made him decide to hack his way through that forest to the castle? So many different viewpoints of that story, so many new ways in. New ways in for new audiences who may feel more for a different character than they do the heroine or the hero. We might decide that actually sappy princesses that go to sleep because they prick their finger aren't as interesting as a wild, wicked witch who put the spell on her in the first place. So when you think about your story, really think about all the things that have happened in your life. Put a timeline together so you can pull all that together and look at what I call the pivotal moments in your life where things changed or you learned something. Those points that you have learned that you can pass on to other people and create an emotional reaction to them. It's a very simple way to start storytelling. And no matter how complex your information is, there is always a way to put that into a storytelling format that will engage an audience, and you will get sympathizers from that audience. You will get people who want you to succeed because they relate to you through that story. So go away and have a think about it. Have a think about what's in your story and how you're putting it together, and then how you're showing that to the world. But more importantly, why are you showing those bits? Are they relating to future clients? Are they relating to the audience that you're talking to at any one time? And if you want any help with that, give me a shout. Let's have a chat. That's my expertise, storytelling. I love pulling stories out of people's lives, out of their businesses, out of their message, helping you to really engage and communicate with people. And that's what it's all about today. We're online. And if you re-watch this video, have a think about how many stories I told. In times of real concentration, you can pull a story out of anything. But remember, there's always a beginning, there's always a middle, and there's always an end. You get to dictate how they are and what happens. And is your end a cliffhanger so that people want to come back and learn more? Always tell people what you want them to do at the end so they understand. Start telling your story, because if you don't, somebody else will. And you want your story to be told in your words. It's your marketing magic. It's the one thing that is totally unique to you. So use it wisely, use it well. And I will come back into your inboxes sometime soon to talk about how you create those characters, what that truly means. And I'll dissect a couple of the old fairy stories for you to explain it better, so that you truly, truly understand how powerful your story can be. And Bev Hepting, the Message Maestro, contact me, reply to this video, tell me a little bit about your story. Let's start that conversation. Bye.